make a stew.
A pinch of salt and laughter too.
A scoop of kids to add the spice.
A dash of love to make it nice. And you've got
Too many cooks.
too many cooks.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Takes a lot to make a stew.
When it comes
Yeah,
to
no, it's not a
me
thing.
and you.
Oh, you got some money. Make sure you head around. Yeah, I can't hear you guys because you guys can't actually talk to me. 3 hearts. Oh, play to rest. Come on. Before you wipe your butt, wipe from the front to the back. Never back to front. Give me your money. Ice cream, yeah, whatever that shit is, right? I don't care about their comfort. The egg will always persist. Let me cook. Let me cook. Daddy. Ah!
Mixing out.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You know when you gotta, you know. I never get a sponsorship from them because I curse too much. Fuck you guys. Fuck. You guys won't hear me speak another word for the whole stream.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Fuck.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
You know what dirt smells like?
Takes a lot to make us
Especially when
I've been waiting. Fiber. Oh. Oh, this is how you make me feel. Then your mom in front of the Hoover Dam. This bird is gonna fucking squirt all over me. No, I'm not good. I'm the best. No, I was on Iron Chef. Fuck Bobby Flay.
It takes a lot to make a stew.
a pinch of salt and laughter too.
A scoop of kids to add the spice.
A dash of love to make it nice. And you've got
Too many cooks.
too many cooks.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Takes a lot to make a stew.
When it comes
Yeah,
to
no,
me
it's not a thing.
and you.
Oh, you got some money. Make sure you head around. Yeah, I can't hear you guys because you guys can't actually talk to me. 3 hearts. Oh, play to rest. Come on. Before you wipe your butt, wipe from the front to the back. Never back to front. Give me your money. Ice cream, yeah, whatever that shit is, right? I don't care about their comfort. The egg will always persist. Let me cook. Let me cook. Daddy. Ah!
Mixing out.
Ah! Coming back. Again for another episode of me cooking, except it's special because I'm not cooking today. Why? Because well, kind of got snowed in. It didn't stop fucking snowing all day, and I couldn't really go to the store. So there's some extra stuff I wanted to get, including some tools that are even going to be used for today's stream, which was actually going to be planned for tomorrow, but like I said, don't really have any food ideas how I was going to cook today. Kind of sucks. How you doing, Roof Warren? So what do I have planned today? We're going to plant, but like I said, we didn't have all the tools that I was planning for today. Let me put on some fucking music. All the tools that I was planning for today. And because of that, it's like, oh, so it might not work exactly the way that I had planned, but we are going to start setting up all of our seeds that we have over there, all right? So, first things first, we're going to go ahead and grab those out, and we're going to grab all our seeds as well as some of the other tools that we are working with. And we'll just get going, right? So you guys see, like, I did have some of these. We're going to disconnect these from the back end so that way the pumps don't roll, but the lights will stay on. Come on, unplug. Unplug you. You little, oh, it's already unplugged. How about you? Are you unplugged? Come on, unplug. There we go. How about you? Yeah, unplug, you little boy. You little dirty. Now, I did fill these up with water because that's the way I could keep the lights on without them screaming. But that works these out, right? So we're going to put all these down here. And you notice that the tops of them are a little dirty. That's fine. Most of it's just the algae and plant food from the previous one. It's not going to do anything. If anything, it might help the plants grow a little bit. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, turn off your light, you little nerd and your nerd hair. So let's go ahead and switch the scene to the bird's eye. So, like I said, they're a little dirty, but I've used them plenty of times. It's been a while since I've used them though, so we got that kind of to make up for. But we also got our seeds and some pods. Right, so I got this big old thing of seeds, some pods, you know, some food, all this. I got so much stuff, guys, so much fucking stuff. And, you know, a lot of this is actually going to be pretty experimental as well, right? Like, so many seeds, so many seeds. And we also got some, oh, thank you for the follow. Oh, shy passenger. All right, so we do have a bunch of these, and we are going to try planting. So I got some stuff from the compost, and the compost is actually pretty frozen. And I do have my own compost pile outside. But some of this, like, you notice that they're kind of pods. They need to kind of fit in there. So how am I going to make this work? So I have an idea. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but I have these cotton pads, right? And the idea is to kind of just put them in. Now, during the phase where they kind of the pump will go through, hopefully they won't sink. There's only one way to find out, right? Let's wet one all the way, right? Do that. So in theory it looks like it's gonna work, but I have to poke a hole through these, right? So that way the roots can kind of go through. Actually, no, who needs to poke a hole when you can just do that? And we're gonna put some dirt in there too, some soil. Let me grab my little mini scissors. Yo, little mini scissors. So today, guys, we're gonna treat it more like a chill stream, because like I said, I don't have any food to cook today for you guys. I mean, I have food to cook, just I don't have any ideas, right? Like nothing that is like a cohesive ass recipe. So we are going to go ahead and do some gardening, right? Because planting is very much a part of the cycle. Now, I do usually have these pods, right? And what I'll do is I'll cut them and use these sponges to insert. I might actually be able to cheese it a little bit and cut them in half, because you notice that some of these I already have. Do that, and it will fit, right? So let's go ahead and grab all these sponges. And this is still soil based, right? They're still soil based. They're like little turds. But I figured let's try and still do the extra bit on it anyways. And you can hear my voice is still all messy. It's just that seasonal sickness, man. It's what it do. It's what it do. I have no control over it. None whatsoever. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna try a couple of these cotton ones. I can tell already it might not work, just based off of how it just sat in there. It's only gonna grow and grow, and yeah, I'm not sure if this will work, but I have to try something. I brought up the soil anyways in the fucking snow, digging it all out of my fucking compost. So I gotta try something, right? So right there is where that will fit. And is this about the same size? It is. So ideally we're going to cut. I might not even get all these planted in today, which sucks, because I was going to go to the store today for these, but stupid weather, guys. Stupid weather. That's all I gotta say. I don't know. You know, I mean, the fact that I even do Brawl Stars Live still is a thing, guys, right? So, because I wasn't even planning on doing them. We're gonna go ahead and cut all these up. Let's go ahead and move the scene over to the side scene. Get a little bit more action for that. Ow. And these are scissors I do use at work for my labels. And hopefully this will work just dandy. What's going on? Not much, Jameson. How about you? Yeah, these sponges will actually grow quite a bit when there's water added to them. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right. Oh, congratulations on hitting 80K. And also congratulations on quitting the game. Why is that? Let's see how many we got. 1, 2. Uh-oh, that one's not going to fit unless I do it upside down. That should work, right? Hypothetically. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's a waste of time, and especially when you like stream it, that's all anyone wants you to do is stream Brawl Stars. It's pretty crazy. And then when you do stream it, they're like, oh, I gotta play with you now. I gotta play with you. It's like, guys, there's more to life. More to life than Brawl Stars. I might have to do this one upside down. So I technically need more of that than that, right? So let's see. So I know for a fact I do want to plant these. These are my shiso leaves. I know for a fact I want those on. Do I have anything else up here I can use? No. It's a shame. Crying shame. I am curious this on these though. My soil. So like I said, this is all compost that I've been using. No, it's not gonna work. Oh, we put some in the water, I guess. So let's try this though, right? Let's do this. Put a little bit of, because we don't need very much, right? This is kind of, it's not a cooking stream because I was snowed in today. There's a lot of snow. Couldn't really make it out anywhere. But you know what? Let's try that. Let's try that. We're gonna try it. If it doesn't work, then we can just say that we tried, but we're not gonna do it with these. I couldn't really go to the store, do anything for that. But I wanted to do this tomorrow, but I couldn't because I couldn't go to the store. There's some extra tools that I needed to go to get these. But I figured, I still got to stay alive. I got to keep up with the algorithm, and I was already planning on doing this. So let's try, right? Let's try some of this because I need more of these pods, and I'm already stretching it. So I know this will work in some aspect, right? As long as I keep up with it. So the first things first, before we even get started with anything else, we need to add the food. So this is just like any Miracle Grow stuff. Arrow Garden and Miracle Grow are essentially the same company. Well, they're partnered together. So let's say that you don't have like the branded food. Miracle Grow food works just fine, the liquid stuff. And you only need a little cap at a time, right? This has all that good stuff. And then honestly, I'm probably gonna even put some of my compost in each water because there's a ton of nutrients in my compost too. Make it stretch a little bit longer, Yeah, I got a fuck ton of seeds too, guys. Like, as you can tell, there's this whole thing is seeds. All these right here are seeds, and I want to say I have like at least 50 varieties of seeds, 50 varieties. So it's quite a bit of seeds, right? So, and like I said, I do want to put a little bit of compost just inside. There's a lot of random nutrients in these. Like there's a lot of nitrogen, a lot of carbon, a lot of brown stuff, and a lot of green stuff. It's essentially what it is, brown stuff and green stuff. So we are gonna do these, and essentially I wanted to use cotton balls, but I don't have cotton balls. I have cotton pads. You know. You know what? Surprisingly, we had our busiest January in the restaurant's history, in 10 years history. So we and not even by a small amount. We were busier by an additional $30,000 in sales, right? And by $30,000, we did about $130,000 worth of revenue in the month of January. And January is our slowest month of the year. So put that into perspective. Like I mean, don't get us wrong. It was slow. It was a slow month. You know, I've had some really slow days, but you know, we fucking killed it, right? So that was pretty cool. All right, and then we got one more here we're gonna do, right? Well, get on out. But yeah, no, we weren't really affected. Well, I mean, we weren't affected as hard as like most other restaurants. So, but I mean, that's what happens when you're just, you know, fortunate enough to, you know, one, be in a restaurant where everyone knows what they're doing, and two, you know, be part of a team, or, you know, be professional, you know. Like, you see me, like, if you guys watch the restaurant streams, like, you see, like, we can still have our fun, but we have to, like, you know, still be professional in some aspect. Like, when it's time to crunch, it's time to crunch. And so you'll see me throw down when it's necessary. So when you guys do see those, and those are now specifically for on Twitch. So guys, if you don't know, follow me on Twitch. Happy snow day. I'm not happy about it, Jazz. I have to be stuck here. I wanted to cook today, but as you can tell, I'm not cooking. Yeah, but you know, but they're as you know. So that's the thing. Our menu is designed in a way where we do cross-utilize some stuff, but it's also like we are just that fortunate to be that busy, right? We are, and like nothing in that restaurant stays except for, you know, ice cream, frozen stuff, stays there for more than a week, right? So we only prep for, you know, a week, maybe even half a week's worth of product at a time. So that's kind of like how we do it. And it's the thing is, it's like creating a menu is a whole ass skill on its own. And people don't quite realize that. There is a whole, you know, art to creating a menu. You can't just serve everything that you want. You know, you can't just get to, you know, be like, oh yeah, this is my favorite thing, so that's what I'm gonna put on the menu. It doesn't work that way. Oh, it's 86 degrees for you guys. Yeah, I forget that you guys in Australia have like all that. The restaurant isn't closed today, no. I happen to be open, or I don't work on Wednesdays usually. There will be a Wednesday, I believe. It's either a Wednesday or a Thursday coming this month. I am actually going to be participating in a wine dinner of a restaurant that I'm going to be taking over. You guys happen to know about that before a lot of people at my restaurant do. But I have to do that so I can speak to the current chef and get a feel of exactly what they're doing and how the program operates, so I know what I'm walking into. But the restaurant is definitely not closed. If anything, they're probably going to be very busy today because of the snow, right? Because when people have our snow and everything, they're like, oh, I don't want to be home. I want to be out and about and be warm in a fucking restaurant. And what's more warm than a nice glass of whiskey? You know, and we have the second largest fucking catalog of whiskey on this side of the country. Only rival to Canon, which is also in the Seattle area. And Cannon's a really fucking cool bar. But we actually won. We actually beat them this year in the Seattle Times for best bar, which is really, really cool. You know, we were like, wait, we beat Cannon? What? Because if you see what Cannon does, they do some really fucking cool shit. Cannon's awesome. Right? High-end restaurant? It's not, we're not high-end. Like, we're not cheap. Don't get us wrong. We're not cheap. But we are, I like to call it high-end casual, right? Like, we are Scratch Kitchen. We are, you know, our bar, our cocktails and everything's very Scratches related as well. We do all that stuff, right? But we're not, you know, we don't say like, oh, high end. We do some fancy stuff like the sake dinner, the one that I'm being in charge of. That one's going to be expensive, right? That's going to be, if I'm correct, like $120 a head. But you're getting 5 courses, you know, all curated, plus sake pairings, plus a free bottle of sake, plus the ability to have an option to buy more sake, right? Specifically for us. The average cost of the entree for us is probably like $25, $30, I want to say, for our restaurant, maybe even a little more. High-end casual is a lot more, how would I say it? It's easier for the guests to approach, right? They don't have to feel obligated to be fancy or whatever. But let's say you want to celebrate something really cool. We are going to accommodate you for that. You know, we are going to do what we can. We're going to give you like that extra free thing. We're going to let you, you know, it's still a date night spot, right? So I do got some shiso leaves, guys. I know for a fact I want to plant some shiso. I'm going to go ahead and plant it in this one because I know these spots are going to work. So we're going to do that, right? Exactly. It's good energy. Like, we actually have a few complaints that our spot is a little too loud, right? And the only reason why it's loud is because it's so intimate that, you know, people are having to talk over each other sometimes. Like, we're a very small crew for that restaurant too. Like, we have 5 cooks. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 cooks. Technically 7 if you want to go there. But, yeah, that's the whole thing for that. And I'm there, you know, sometimes 6 days a week. But lately I've been on this new schedule where I'm there only 4 days a week. Because the owner got like really mad that I was working like, you know, 70, 80 hour weeks. It was like, hey, just stuff needs to get done. So we had to like move the menu around a bit to be a bit more accommodating, right? So right here I got some Mizuna. I do actually have some Mizuna outdoors right now, and it's growing fine. It actually works really well with all the snow and the cold weather. It's a mustard green, a Japanese mustard green. So it works fine. Right, but a little bit too many mustard seeds. And the cool thing about some of these seeds, right, if you guys want to know some growing stuff, a majority of, like, if you go to a grocery store, get some legumes or beans or whatever, and you want to just grow beans or shit, those beans actually grow just fine. You'll be surprised. Just fucking spray them all over the place. Just here's some water and some dirt, and they'll grow. They're very easy growing plants. But these two, not so much, right? However, I do have some seeds I really wanted to see if they would work. So these ones I think actually won't at all. It looks like some of them even started to germinate. I don't know if you guys can see right there, but yeah, that fuzz, it's a little bit germinating. So that means that they are not good because they were in there for too long. I can tell you for a fact they were in there for too long because they were in that shelf for a few months. You know, probably 4 months, I would say. But we do have these, which are the exact same fucking seed. So I am curious if they will grow at all. If they do, cool. If not, not the end of the world. Like this is more, this seed specifically is more of a science project than anything else, right? So we got that. And then this one is also going to be a science project because I don't know how it's going to grow. So we got here some mung beans. I have grown these. These grow very well. So I wanted to do. Oh, they're dropping right into the fucking hole. All right. So I wanted to do something that I know will grow for a fact. So let's do a little bit here, a little bit of our compost just to kind of block that a bit, but will allow the roots to branch out need be. I'm not sure if this method is going to work, but you know, can't hurt to try, right? It's like in theory it's going to work, right? It's utilizing a sponge-esque kind of environment while maintaining, you know, some of its earth. And we're going to cover up these beans too, okay? We're not going to cover them all the way up because it needs to do the do, right? The seeds will, actually, let's do this, because if that worked for that, same thing's going to be here. There we go. Like I said, I'm not sure if this is going to work at all. And because of that, guys, like I didn't expect this to be this fast. If this was the case, I would have been maintaining it a lot more, even earlier. But I figure this would be a fun time for you guys to see who are part of these streams a bit more. On the TikTok side of things, if you've seen, I've been mentioning I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've always just been scared about the lighting. But now that I've kind of set up all the lighting in general, the lighting I have on the front actually balances fairly well with everything in the back. So you guys get to see like what I've been wanting to do for a while. And then for you guys on Twitch, I think it's a really fun thing for you guys to see. Like, hey, you guys get to see some plants grow. Or we'll even do updates every now and then. So like the mung beans might even start germinating as soon as tomorrow. Like these grow excellent. Almost any legume that I have done grows exceptionally well. The Mizuna that we have in here, those grow exceptionally well too. So we are going to label these now, right? So in here we have our shiso. Right, so let me grab some of this. Do I have a Sharpie in here? I do not. But I have plenty. I have so many fucking Sharpies, guys. Hey Hugo, how are you doing? Or Huge Bobot. Alright, so we'll put shiso. Here, we'll do this. We'll call it shiso horny. Alright, that's what we're going to name this. And then we'll name this one. This is our Mizuna. So we'll call the Mizuna what? Mizuna. How's that sound, guys? We'll call it the Mizuna. I got to add a fucking moan button on my Stream Deck. I got so much stuff I want to add onto the Stream Deck. I just haven't had the time to do it. And honestly, what I think I want to do, I tried to do a setup stream before, but I feel like I'd just be too boring just looking up stuff and then trying to maintain a conversation with that, if I'm being completely honest for that. And you know, it's like me right now, especially you guys on TikTok know that this me right now, I am not energetic right now. Like this is not how I normally do my streams. Mizuna. Call it the Mizuna. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. And sure, I can tear off these tapes. They tear off, son of a bitch, really nice. However, something that you learn in the restaurant industry, at least if you have worked at like a higher end scale, they really care about their tape because it shows like neatness, right? Like it shows like that extra sense of care, right? These are the bells. So we'll call it Saved by the Bell, probably. Or For Whom the Bell's Toll. Yeah, For Whom the Bell's Toll. For whom the bells toll. All right. And then right here is the mung beans. So I don't know what is good with mung except for dung. You know, yeah, it can't be locked in 100% of the time. We're not making anything. What we're doing is we're gardening, per se. We're starting our hydroponics, so you guys can see stuff grow in the stream behind me. So, pretty much kind of like what we're doing for that. I'm gonna call these mungus. We got our mungus beans. Mungus. Right. I like to watch other people on the Twitch sometimes before I start a stream or when I get home, so I can do some like studying on like what other streamers are doing. I saw this one person on the cooking stream had like 3,000 fucking people watching. I was like, wow, what are they doing? And I was like, oh, this is boring. And then I look at their channel. It's like, no, they just happen to have like 2 million followers and they play video games and they're a hot chick. That's it. So I was like, oh, well, that explains everything. You know, Twitch and them hot chicks. That's what they're all about. So I know I don't have all these covers. I'm missing a few. I don't know why. I don't know if I added plant food to this one. Let me smell it. I mean, it smells foresty, but I also put a ton of earth in there. Whatever. More food's not gonna hurt. A little bit more. Put a half, just in case. This one is the more science experiment one anyways. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we did put the beans that I know for a fact will germinate fairly well. So what we are going to do is put these in, and we are going to put them in. So the silver ones go on the ones with the screen. So we got our mungus. I will put the mungus right here closest, so that way we can track the progress on this more than any of the other ones, right? Because this is the one that's the actual science experiment. All the other ones, not so much, right? So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all about them getting their bag, right? I'm all about that. But my thing is the people who complain about it, the majority of the people who complain about it are also their biggest fucking viewers, right? It's the same thing with like OnlyFans, right? I'm all for OnlyFans. Fuck, go to my links, guys. I have one. I'm not even kidding. But I'm all for it. But the people who complain about it, they're like, oh, they're not making, or they have to sell their body, whatever, blah blah blah. There's like 2 million girls on OnlyFans, which is true, but there are 80 million fucking guys who subscribe to that shit. So it's like, think about the problem with it. Like, get your bag. And it's, and it's not even the girls that I'm mad about. It is the content that they make. And I said the same thing for TikTok. I get really, really upset over NPC streamers. I think all streamers hate NPC streamers. All of them. Because they make an incredible amount of money for doing the least amount of fucking work you can do as a streamer. Oh, well, they're entertaining, but you're literally feeding them money. You're legitimately just paying money just to watch them act a fool. And you can, like, it just pisses me off, Come on, piece of, all right, I gotta turn you over because they're not plugging in. No, wait, did I get it? Nope, not it. Come on, piece of shit. All right. on. Why are you not going in? There we go. Gosh. Stubborn. Alright. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm fucking jealous too. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't jealous. Of course I'm jealous. You know, I'm jealous. I'm jealous not because they're just getting that bag. I'm jealous because, you know, they're hotter than me and all that shit too. But, I mean, I get upset over what people are willing to pay for opposed to like other entertaining stuff. But, you know, everyone has their own vices. They have their own tastes and all that. They want to see a hot girl or a fucking person on TikTok doing this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's cringy to me, and it's cringy in the way that is like not entertaining. It's like, oh, I get to pay them to, you know, make a fool of themselves. They're gonna make a fool of themselves regardless. You paying them, it makes you look like the fucking fool. It's like people who boycott, you know, over a product that they already bought. Like, oh, I bought this Taylor Swift CD, but she said something I didn't like, so I'm gonna burn it. Fuck you, Taylor Swift. I don't like you anymore. Yeah, you already gave them the fucking money though. They're already getting paid. It makes you look more stupid than anything else, right? Alright, so let's turn them on, and we gotta start a new garden on these, right? So, we press this for 5 minutes, I believe. 5 seconds. We got the add water. Alright. I'm not sure if these buttons work. Like I said, these are... Alright, so then we do 5 on this. Alright. Alright. Everything is moving. So let's see. Yeah, these are... Well, that one's getting soaked. This one's getting... Oh, no, don't fall in. Yep, all right, the pumps are going. So the cotton is already getting like nice and soaked. I'm worried that they're just gonna fall right in, but we'll find out tonight probably. Oh, I mean, I enjoy, like, I think this content is way better. However, I know for a fact, like, what, if you guys, I know that my content on, like, the way that I do my content at least is better than a majority of the people. On TikTok, my analytics even said for my type of streams, I was in the 0.01%. However, with that said, I was only reaching X amount of people, but that only shows like people are two things. The algorithm isn't pushing it to those people, or people don't know that I exist, which I guess is the same fucking thing, right? But, and that's the same thing with the Twitching. I wasn't gonna go live tonight because I didn't go to the store, but I need to, because it's the only way that the algorithm's going to make sure, like, hey, it's gonna make sure I'm not on the very fucking bottom on that Twitch thing, right? And it's gonna show you guys more and more who I am. Same thing with like the TikTok. There's a reason why I have to stay consistent. It's just the way the algorithms, right? But when I am like 100% back in health and everything, my cooking streams are like unlike anyone else on both Twitch and TikTok, YouTube even. Like I'm Maddie Matheson who doesn't care if I'm vulgar, right? You know, that's the idea that I want to do, right? The style that I'm trying to aim for. Plus, I want to make it more like cinematic, so I want to, you know, eventually I'll get like, you know, what Buzz has, right? Buzzmoo with the camera. I would love to have that so you guys can see me go to the sink and actually do that stuff. You guys get to see me fuck around even more. I even extended the space so I can dance even more when I get the subscribers and all that stuff. Like, because I built this studio specifically for the cooking stream. So, because I have a totally different kitchen elsewhere in the house, you know? Oh, no, I'm not. I know I'm not just another TikToker. I'm better than the other TikTokers. I know I am, right? And I say this not out of being conceited. I say it out of confidence, right? I know that I am. And I mean that genuinely. but it doesn't mean that it doesn't bother me when I see people who with a, I wouldn't even say the fraction of the talent, because these people are, everyone's talented, but with the fraction of the effort that they give, but they do an extreme amount. And like I'm not mad at the grind that they're doing or the fact that they're trying to get their bag. Hey, get your money. I understand it. I'm doing the same thing here too. That's my plan with this, at least. But it just bothers me that people, a majority of the people, are willing to spend their X amount of time to do that. There are some people that I'm like, oh, that's cringy, but it's a good cringe. Like on TikTok, there's this one called Crash Out Kermie. I'm sure everyone has seen him, and he does the same stream every time, right? It's just a guy who that's Kermit the Frog with some. It's just him being degenerate, and then out of nowhere, he'll like get really depressed and sad, and then he'll die, and then it just restarts. It's funny, you know. Like it's stuff like that I'm like, okay, you know, I can give appreciation to that. That stuff is actually funny. But it's the same people who actually watch those who also do the NPC, who indulge in the NPC content, which is kind of funny to me, right? You know, it's just what it is. So now we have that. Let's go ahead and go to, since we're already here, I don't know how long I've been streaming for. Let's see. I've been streaming for 40 minutes. That's actually longer than I thought I was. We're going to go ahead and look at the seeds that we have. And so we have the stuff that are labeled right now. We got our Mungus, the Bells, the Mizuna, and the She's So Horny. Uh-oh. This one needs to go in there a little bit more. Looks like it popped out. Now, because everything here is not exactly fitted the way it's supposed to, stuff in here might not work out the way that I want it or need it to, but there's only one way to find out. Make sure our lights are all on, and the only way to do that is just to like let it do its job, right? Hey AC, how are you doing? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit more of our compost on there, right? Also, guys, if you don't know how to do compost, it is one of the easiest things you can do. And it just requires you to just mix it up every now and then, right? I will say I am worried that my worms, though, in my compost bin are no longer worms. I think that they might be little mini popsicles at this point, or shriveled up and died because of all this. Thank you so much for the roses. Roses really smell like poo-poo, you know? So compost is equal parts green stuff and equal parts brown stuff, right? So green stuff doesn't necessarily have to be green, but it's like the vegetable waste that you have. Avoid peppers though, if you can. There's some bullshit about peppers. I don't know the exact science with it, but there is some bullshit about peppers that if you add it, just whatever. But you know, fruits, veggies, peelings of skins and all that stuff, throw that in there. Or even like clippings from your yard, all that stuff. Let's say dead leaves. Dead leaves are considered green stuff. However, brown stuff is like cardboard, paper, stuff when you think of carbon. So wood product, right? So you want equal parts, all that, just mix it the fuck together. Put in some dirt if you want to. You don't have to. It will naturally like do its job and turn into this. But some dirt will a little bit go long way. Yeah, exactly. Nitrogen and carbon. Exactly. Couldn't think of the other word. It's like I know it's some nerd, you know, word. Nitrogen. Yeah, mix it all together. You know, you want to speed up the process, put some bugs in there. Worms are the best thing that you can do. Termites, if you have your compost bin quite far away, termites actually are very, very good for that, especially breaking down those carbon bits. But they do actually eat some of the nitrogen bits as well. It helps speed up the project. Yeah, oxygen and water. Yeah, that's why you gotta all like mix it up, so that way stuff will work. And worms are great, and like I said, worms and termites are great because they'll mix everything up on their own, right? And worms are stupid cheap, right? Avoid any like actual like mammals in there though, because they will ruin your shit. So don't do that. Yeah, no, like it's and so in my journey of becoming sober and everything, planting was my big thing of like, okay, this is really cool, because and I think about biology all the time, like even with like us humans, right? So I think about like how big I am, right? Or my daughter, how big she's getting and stuff like that. And I think about like how like microscopic things that we don't see grow up to materialize like this. Or even think about trees. Like I really want to start a tree, and I think the first tree I'm going to start is an apple tree. Because I have apples and I'm in Washington, why not? Stereotypes, fuck it. God, my throat. But think about these tiny little things, ferngully shit, right? Tiny little seeds, and they grow to be these massive fucking constructs, you know? And these constructs will outlive hundreds of years past my lifetime. And I created that life. You know how fucking cool that is? Just thinking about like the biology and the mind-bogglingness. It's all fucking cool to me, you know? It's really, really neat. When am I cooking AC? Nothing today. I got snowed in, so couldn't really do that. There's something in my throat. God damn it. Excuse me. But we were doing some planting and starting our hydroponics in the background, so you guys get to see some plants grow over time. But we're gonna find out. Hopefully, this one. I'm hoping it'll work. I don't think it's going to, but we'll see. If it does, sick. If it doesn't, I'm gonna get the pods tomorrow regardless, right? So we're just treating this more like a chat session for a bit, you know, at least till we get to the hour. And I want to show off the seeds that I have because I think seeds are fucking cool. I do want to start a seeds like saving program of some sort. And I happen to be fortunate enough to live in an area of Washington, specifically Woodinville. And Woodinville is very big on their agriculture, right? So there's farms all over the place, and what I'm trying to do is actually what I want to do is have a sit down with everyone and be like, hey, I just wanted to like spend a day with you, you know, I'll do some planning with you. I want to pick your brain, you know, and because I'm a chef, I work with this product every day, you know. There's actually a farmer that I work with. He owns Rain Dog Farms, and he provides all of our microgreens. He's actually providing a lot of our. So when he has lettuce season, because we buy lettuce from him. He's growing our shiso and our shiso and our parsley, or Japanese parsley for the can't think of the name right off the bat, but growing all that for our Japanese dinner right now. And yeah, do I have a? That is a genuine. Oh, good question. So I don't own the restaurant, right? I don't own the restaurant, but the restaurant is themed after Ernest Hemingway's travels and all that. He was a big bourbon drinker, right? Massive bourbon drinker. And I wasn't sober when I first started the job. Don't worry. And I love bourbon. I love bourbon. I just noticed that it was very dangerous for me though, right? So I decided to. Well, I didn't really decide to. I needed to. Oh, thank you so much. Moment 3.0. What I really wanted to, just to kind of go from there. Don't get me wrong, I still taste booze every now and then, but I don't consume. It's part of my job. I need to, right? Alcohol works in ways. It's a magical liquid in the sense that it's both soluble and unsoluble. So like, water is soluble, but oil is not. But they both work very differently, which is why chili oil works the way it does and why you brine with water. Alcohol is both, right? So it's a very magical liquid. However, it needs like the alcohol to actually activate all that. So it needs the ethanol and everything. Otherwise, it's just fucking water, right? So it's important to understand how alcohol will actually work with the flavors of a dish and all that, and even how it metabolizes. So I just don't, you know, do all that. I just don't partake. I don't go out to drink. I don't drink at home. You know, nothing like that. So that's really what it is. But and even then, so I only do that if I need to. So this last one was sake. I haven't had bourbon in a few months now. So yeah. Dang, I think I caught that on camera. Now I'm gonna get banned for having Dr. Pepper. Anyways. Oh, thank you so much, Manuel. All right. So what we do have, we have our mungus beans, right? Very good. Usually like a Chinese style bean, if I'm correct. They, once those micros come out, they sprout like that. They're really neat. We got, what is this? Cilantro. These are just the micros. Curious about that. Cilantro or coriander, as what they call it. Coriander seeds, technically. How often do I read? I actually read quite a bit. If you were here before, this entire shelf right here was nothing but books, nothing but cookbooks. But I actually sold quite a bit. Actually, you know what? Here, check this out for you guys on Switch. Hey, have a good night, Jameson. Thank you for coming in. Let me blow my nose and I'll show you something really fast, right? All right, so let me move this chair. I got my cutting board there. So let's change the scene on the side so you guys could, because I can able to move this, right? So take this camera off. Yeah, see, that's the cool thing about having Velcro, folks. Velcro's one of those cool things, and move this underneath. All right, so this whole shelf right here was all books once upon a time, but I ended up selling like over half of my collection, so I could really double down on this stream, and I just needed money at the time. So, you know, got extra equipment for the stream. I got the stream deck, and I got a cam link, which is what we were using for our GoPro up there. I am wanting to get like a nice mirrorless, something in my $500 range, but money's money, man. But in time. And then that way I can use that mirrorless also to take pictures, so to stream all that stuff. And my face camera is actually an old iPad, right? So we have all that. But yeah, I had this whole thing right here for books. So these are all the books that I've refused to sell. And this is double-sided too, right? So I'm not sure if my camera will reach, but there are books behind this. Now this whole bookshelf was like that, right? So some of these books I tried to sell down here. Again, they're double-sided, and these are all some really great books, right? And then I have my knife roll in my backpack that for work right there. But even more books right there. These are all books that I still intend to sell. I think I have someone picking up these 4 books coming Friday, I believe. But yeah, and I've read all of them. So I've taken what I needed from them, and it was kind of a big deal for a lot of people that I was selling them because of, like, it took me years to build those. In Arizona, okay, are you done moving? Oh, yeah, stupid. That's the thing. So I actually have this mic, or this camera mounted to a microphone. So, like on a boom mic. There we go. That should be a bit more stable. Anyways. So, yeah, Salt's a great book. It's great. But yeah, I sold a bunch of books, and so when I made the announcement, a lot of people were like, no, don't sell them. I was like, no, I've taken what I could from them, and I sold them all at a massive discount, right? So I did like the sale for like $5, $10, and $20, depending on the rarity, depending on the like what it would cost me or how much it would cost them to buy the book brand new, and did it from there, right? And there is salt, fat, acid, heat. Yeah, there is salt, fat, acid, heat behind. That one I was gonna sell, but partner was like, no, keep that one because they want to read it. And that book is great. If you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. You know, but the book essentially, it's not really a cookbook. It just teaches you how to use your palate really well. You know, in order to cook. There's a reason why it's such a highly recommended book. Do I have a favorite seafood to cook and or eat? Yes, I do. I love eating unagi. I love broiled fish. My favorite fish is mackerel, Saba mackerel, and it's actually a fish that a lot of people don't really like. It's a little bit too fishy for them, but I think that's why I love it so much. Like a nice, really good grilled mackerel with some cilantro and lime juice is just it's so fucking good. It's just one of my favorite things to eat, you know. So yeah, that's thing. Oh, I'm sure you guys have nice seafood in Australia. Like, I'd be disappointed if you don't. Actually, I'm very disappointed in the Washington food scene because we have such good produce. We have such good seafood, and everyone here is a picky fucking eater, and they will only eat the same thing over and over and over again. There's so many restaurants here that have the same menu, and they all taste the same. And if they don't taste the same, it's just basic, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating for me, you know. Like, and the people who do actually eat some of the food that I do end up cooking, that's just on its own level, they know, like, oh, this is something special. Why this is the best I've ever had. And and it's weird because at Jolie, my executive chef job, I would consistently get that, and it's always a great feeling when I get that. I kept that restaurant alive for 2 years, you know, under my rule by myself, management wise. That sucked. I'm never doing that again, unless I own my own restaurant. But even then, so. But it doesn't mean that the doors will be open because people are complimenting your food and they say it's the best that they've ever had. And that's just an unfortunate fact. You know, it's just a thing. But I wish it wasn't. I wish, like, word of mouth can only go so far. But ultimately, just like how you vote in the books, you vote with your dollar, ultimately. You know, whatever you do, you can say something is the best, but if you're not going to buy it or eat there or whatever every day, and you're not supposed to eat there every day, right? Ultimately, it's what it is, you know. I remember working there, and the day that my general manager quit was the same day that I got my first article written up for Eater. And I remember, like, I was both scared and stressed as well as happy. I was happy as, like, all right, I got the one thing that I wanted. I wanted an Eater article. That's all I care. I don't care about James Beard. I don't care about any of that like that. If I get it, cool, whatever. I got what I wanted. But I was scared and all that. It's like, fuck. Now I know I'm going to be busy for at least this next week, and I have to do all this by myself. And I was. And it was not fun. I was short-staffed. I was, you know, I didn't know how to run front of house effectively. In some aspect, I still don't, right? But that's also why there are professionals who can do that. There's hospitality servers and everyone who's vastly better than I'll ever be as a server, right? There's a reason why I'm in the kitchen. You know, and it's hard to convey a style of serving that you wish to have. I want people to be fun. Like, if you guys watch The Bear, my favorite episode on The Bear is Forks. And that's the episode where I can't think of his name. The asshole. Oh, thank you for the heart. Thank you for the heart, Kason. Where he goes to a restaurant and he essentially learns how to be an exceptional front of house staff person. It's still my favorite episode of The Bear. Because it's like, it's shit like that I want. I want my servers to just go that extra little bit, because my food will not bring you back, but your hospitality will bring you back. I can have like the most mediocre shit, but if you are the best server that I've ever had, I will go back just to see you, right? I'll spend my money just to see you. And that's hard to teach servers, you know? It's hard for them to want to care. And it boggles me. It pisses me off, actually. Because servers make so much more money. So much more money than cooks do, right? More money than chefs do. And they work a fraction of the hours of everything that I do, or that chefs do in general. Yet they can't be bothered to put in that extra effort. It pisses me off. It bothers me, right? So it's that exact same mentality when it comes to streamers, right? Like, there's a lot of like effort that I'm putting into like my cooking streams. I know that you guys in TikTok have seen it for like the past half year, right? You know, and I'm doing even more. I'm trying to do even more for Twitch production wise. But it's a thing, guys. Like it bothers me. And I'm sure it would bother you guys. You know, you see other people who don't work as hard, but they get so much more appraisal than you do, and or money or whatever it is. They get recognized more than you do, you know. Yeah, I would even argue that the front of house staff experience is even more than the food, right? I would argue that your front of house experience is much more important than any food that you have, right? Because, you know, if the server is caring and they put in that effort for that food or for your experience, you know, you can always comp them off that food. You can always be like, all right, they didn't eat this food. Your food fucking sucks, but I can take it off your bill and you don't have to pay. Or, oh man, I'm sorry that your food came late or your drinks came late. How about an extra drink for you? Or you want a free dessert? I can do that for you. Because they're gonna go out of their way to do that. And now you feel a lot more warm. You feel a lot more welcome. Like, oh, this isn't my fault. Or, oh, I made a mistake coming out to eat at this restaurant when I could have spent my money somewhere else that I'm already familiar with. I could have gone to Five Guys. I love Five Guys, don't get me wrong. But all that. Oh, I plan on going to Australia one day. Something I really want to do. So Australia barbecue reminds me a lot of Mexican barbecue. The way that the cooking technique, and that's something I really want to learn. What's his name? Lennox. I forgot. He owns Fire Door. I really want to experience that restaurant. I would love to experience that restaurant. That's one of my bucket list restaurants is Fire Door, right? Yeah, I really want to go there. Yeah, just like the hospitality is a whole thing, and a big reason why I get upset in Washington is because Washington is kind of overgrown by tech bros, right? So because everyone's like a tech bro, everyone just does the same shit. I just want the same thing over and over, you know. You did meet him? Oh, nice. I remember knowing about him through Bourdain before anything with this Michelin stuff, before he even opened Fire Door. I knew about that one episode with Anthony Bourdain way before anything of that happened. And then when I saw that episode of Chef's Table, I was like, is that him? And he explains that in there. I was like, oh shit, it is actually him. I knew about him forever ago, you know, before I even like officially stepped in the kitchen. Because I've been cooking professionally now for, I'm turning 35, so 18 years, right? I've been cooking professionally for 18 years. So that's how long it must have been, right? That's pretty nuts. How is he? Is he cool? Is he an asshole? I mean, every chef's an asshole in some aspect, right? Have to be. But yeah, like it's just. I remember back in the day, my old mantra was, make everyone look like shit, but don't throw anyone under the bus, right? You know, like do it through merit. Like make everyone look like shit. I'm gonna cut that thing better than you. I'm going to work harder than you. I'm gonna work more hours than you. I'm gonna bitch less than you. I'm going to kiss ass if I have to, you know. Hey, that's good though, right? Like that just means that he's just focused, you know. Not overly chatty, you know. There are times where I try really hard to like actually get away from guests. It's like, all right, I kind of got to work now. Yeah. Oh, good seeing you. Yeah. All right. Bye. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's that does happen, right? And when you guys see the kitchen streams, that is we do have an open kitchen, so the guests get to see what we're doing. So if I'm dancing and everything, they get to see that. So, and they see me walking around with a microphone and everything. There are times where I even have the GoPro strapped up. And, you know, we make a joke about it. You know, you'll hear on there that, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. High five. Same age. Same agers. Yeah. It's weird to think that I've been cooking over half my life now. Pretty nuts. But yeah, my current mantra now is just be badass and have fun. I will say that after being at Jolie, when I first left, I felt like I was a failure because I couldn't do everything. The restaurant's still open, it's just a shell of what it used to be. Because the owner just got greedy, and because she got greedy, she ended up losing, how would I say it? She ended up having to lose herself in the process, and I was like, I can't do that. He told you to choose table setting, plates, and napkins. Oh, okay, nice. Do I have anything to do with the aesthetics? Plating and all that? So there are times where I will come up with the plating and all that stuff. Like, there was, here, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. So, like, one of the prettier things I've done for the restaurant, because chef was like, hey, make this look like this is fine dining. I was like, all right, cool. It was a tomato melon salad, and I did it with a tahini vinaigrette, and that dish flew. The upcoming sake event is 100% me. That's gonna be a dish or a thing that I'm doing. So here, this is a burrata, and let's see if I can back that up, get more focus. There you go. Burrata, sunflower seeds, compressed Santa Claus melons, heirloom tomatoes, micro chives, and tahini vinaigrette, basil oil. So we had that going on. And then, let's see, another dish was this. This was our, so I did a potato gratin with some ikura, salmon roe, Arctic char, or no, it was steelhead, beurre blanc and dill, and radish. That one was me. Let's see, what else? And then most recently, I haven't posted it yet, but I have this, and this is actually one of the dishes that is going on. It's for sure making it. This is our first course for the sake dinner. So this is a marinated 6-minute egg. So marinated 6-minute egg with cured duck yolk, furikake, togarashi, and just a bit of scallion, just like that. So, and each guest is gonna get 1 egg. And I'm making a joke of it right now. It's like, guys, none of you guys have had an egg in months because of this thing. Well, we're gonna give you a whole egg as your first course. This right here is gonna be the most expensive thing in the entire dinner. So I'm gonna make a joke about that when I open up the thing. So, and they're accoutrement for, not their accoutrement, they're amuse for everything. It's just a giant plate, a giant board, probably about the size of this kitchen island, for everyone when they walk in to pick off of. And it's all gonna be full of Japanese style pickles. So it'll be a thing like that. So I'm taking charge of that entire dinner for the restaurant. And yeah, but ultimately I just, you know, I'm trying to take a back seat because I did it all for so many years. I was like, yeah, I didn't even want to be a sous chef when I got back in to that place. It's just the owner somehow found out that I was leaving the restaurant, Jolie, to go in. And so he's like, hey, I heard this. I was like, I didn't even publicly make something. He's like, yeah, well, you want to have a talk? I can use the sous chef. I was like, all right. And I love that owner. He's really cool. Chad, he's a very good owner. Very, very good boss. He, so yeah, I went over there, sat down. He's like, just give it a try. If you like it, cool. If not, you know, no harm. Yeah, at least, you know, try it. It's like, all right, cool. And I was like, I know the chef too. Like, he's really good. I enjoy, like, me and him get along very well. And so it's like, all right, well, I'll let you run the show. I'll be whatever you need me to be. You know, you need me to do orders, you need me to be an asshole, whatever. I'll be that guy for you. So, but we run a very, you know, non-asshole kitchen. One, because times have changed, and two, we don't need to. Like, something that really helps everyone's confidence in the kitchen is telling everyone that they're a professional, because that's what they are. Cooks don't get told that what they do is a professional job. It's a craft or anything. They don't get told that enough, right? But if you reiterate to them every now and then, like, hey, we're professionals. Why does this look like this? Why are you plating like this? Why are we taking our time on this when it should have been out? You know, this is what we can do, right? If you're getting your ass kicked, we'll jump on your station and help you out. You know, you need help shucking oysters, fucking give me the dozen. I'll shuck them really fast. I'm really good at it. I actually wanted to join the shucking competition this last year. I just missed the deadline. But I'm gonna join this next year. I'm positive I'll get in like top three, right? Top three. But like I'm one of those people who can actually shuck in their hand, no gloves, no nothing. I'm good to go. But yeah, you know, it's just reminding your staff, like, hey, we all work here. We get our awards. We get the business we do. We get the money we do. We are able to expand the way that we do because we are professionals, because we are good at our job. Let's keep up with that. And it's important to not only remind your staff, but even remind yourself. There are so many days where I even have like imposter syndrome. It's like, am I really like an executive chef? Am I really a sous chef? Am I even a chef at all? You know, but you have to remind yourself, I'm doing the job. I'm actually there doing the job. And we're getting awards. We're getting recognized. People are coming through the door. They're doing all this stuff. So, and it's important to remind ourselves like that, right? You know, so it's like, that's the whole thing, right? And whenever I do have a bad service, there was someone on Twitch, they asked a couple days ago if I like Hell's Kitchen. or no, not if I like Hell's Kitchen, but if I could survive Hell's Kitchen, and I laughed. And I told everyone in the kitchen about that, or I told Chef, and I was like, I don't know, I think I could. Nick, what do you think about Hell's Kitchen? He's like, they don't have good cooks there. I was like, yeah, exactly. Whenever I feel like I have a bad service or something, I purposely go to watch Hell's Kitchen. Just to be reminded, like, okay, I know what I'm doing. You know, these guys are in a competition to be at a higher up position in one of Ramsay's restaurants. No, I'm gonna, you know. And the thing is, like, by the end of that show, they're not half bad. They really aren't. You know, I think some of them might even be better than me. But that show, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So many of those cooks do not know what they're doing. They really don't. It's funny. It's entertaining. It's television. Oy. I do enjoy doing these conversations though, genuinely. Oy. I just realized I'm over here and I move my chair. I'll just use this back cutting board as a backdrop. Ugh. Yeah, it's not comfortable, but I could probably put it back over here. All right, actually, let's go ahead and do this. So I do have these. I just take some paper towels to kind of prop it up to make sure it's aired out, because I did have another one of these once upon a time, and I fucked up and left it on the countertop and lifted it up 3 days later while it was anchored, and mold all over the cutting board. And it was like black mold. That shit was like not very good. Oh, hi, number 9026, link in bio. How are you doing, Robotron? You know what we should have done? And I'm not gonna do it now because they're already plugged in. But we should have put stickers all over that. We should have put stickers all over those arrow gardens, because that would have been really fucking cool to do. I have all these stickers still that I gotta put up. And I'm trying to figure out where else I can put stickers. If you guys haven't seen my kitchen island, let me show you that really fast, because I know you guys on Twitch haven't really seen it. So let me do this whole other thing. Alright, so this is the back end of my studio, guys, right? So this is what you guys don't get to see. But, and like I said, I built all this stuff, right, for this. Look, and I initially wanted to have like my studio, my kitchen island, to actually be like a character, right, for the streams. Like I wanted it to be one of these like very like, oh, you could see that sticker and everything, and I really want to. It'd be really cool. Like, let's say I have a logo. So the logo I have right now, I do not own, unfortunately. So I want to like get someone to make me a logo in some capacity. But yeah, like this all right here is on the front end of it. That's what you guys get to see, or don't get to see, but what I have to see, how everything's going from there. And then I have like my spices all in here. I got a lot to fill up. I got some tools and everything, extra tools, and then I got all my deli containers and other stuff. There's a lot of space that needs to be taken up in there. So, and then, back end, KitchenAid, BlendTech blender I just got. And I do have an induction burner, but last time I used it, it ended up shorting out the room. So I'm like, oh, I got to do some stuff for that. But yeah, so we got all that going. Before you start moving around again. There we go. All right. Oh. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much what I do, what I'm all about, and all that. Easy money. Got all the seeds. So we're gonna see how these this arrow garden, how well they will do. Hopefully they do pretty well. I'm really curious. Oh, Kevin Rodriguez, thank you for the follow. All that jazz. I think it'd be pretty cool. Oh, what's this? This is bull's blood, I believe. Yep, bull's blood. These seeds look fucking cool, because they look like they'd be a pain in the ass if you stepped on them. These ones right here are, is this just a fucking blend? Nope. Umami Asian. Yep, it is a blend. Umami Asian micros. They're sticky boys. All right. Next, we got broccoli sprouts. Broccoli. Then we got.
Yeah!
Oh, thank you so much, Kevin. Next, we got. What is this? No, this is the. This is the bull's blood. So what the fuck is this one? Early Wonder Beats. Yeah. Oh. Don't know. Don't know, guys. Don't know. And then these are the red bells. We got some radishes right here. Radish ones actually grew pretty well too. I would like to get more stuff growing, but indoor stuff can only do so much, especially when you're renting. And you have, you know, a 3-year-old running around everywhere. Oh God, hiccups. Also, guys, you ever want to get rid of hiccups, the way you do it is you just believe that they don't exist. Or you have to actually believe that they don't exist. And then if you say, oh yeah, no, it's not a thing, and then they actually stop. That's the actual cure for hiccups. Next time you guys have a hiccup, try it. But you actually have to believe yourself. It actually works, right? It's surprising. It's surprising. It is a thing. But yeah, we've been live for, you know, an hour and a half, and we are going to, I think we're going to go ahead and end tonight's stream only because I don't know what else to talk about. And you guys are silent at the moment, which is fine, right? Don't, I'm not saying you guys are boring. I'm just saying I don't have very much going on right now. Plus, I started No Man's Sky today, again, after years. So I'm like, oh my God, they added so much shit to this. So I really want to get down on that. So I'm debating whether or not if I should do some video games on this channel too. But I'm a little scared too for 2 reasons. Because I don't want to end up like how Brawl Stars was for me on TikTok. And I don't know if I want to like introduce video games when people are going to be looking at my channel and be like, oh, this guy does only video games or whatever, and then they don't see it in my food content, which is what I try to double down for, right? Like I put all this time and money into doing the food streams, and then no one cares about that. And that's why I get pissed off at Brawl Stars. It's because I put a lot of effort into the cooking streams, but all anyone wants is Brawl Stars, Brawl Stars, Brawl Stars, Brawl Stars, Brawl Stars. It's just annoying, right? So, and I still get those people, right? How you doing, Ghetto? How you doing? Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Zorro, nothing happened. But yeah, like that was the whole reason why I decided not to do Brawl Stars. And even then, so I did a Brawl Stars stream last night. Just everyone was just like, oh, I want to play with you, want to play with you, want to play with you. It's like, I get it. Just, guys, there's more to me as a person than just a video game. I swear ya. I'm not even like a Brawl Stars pro, but I should be, right? I might as well be. Oh, but yeah, no, guys. Thank you guys for coming in and watching me garden and all that. I'm not doing all the seeds. I have way too many seeds. I am the most popular Brawl Stars player. You are right, Ghetto. I am the world's most popular Brawl Stars player. Really, I am. Records doesn't have anything on me. Even he says so. He knows so. Yeah, so we didn't plant all the seeds for corn. We planted mung beans, bell peppers, mizuna, and shiso. So we got all that, and we are curious on the mungus beans because I don't have the right pods, and because I didn't have the right pods, We're not sure if they're actually going to grow. But we did a little science experiment tonight. So with some compost that I made at home. So we'll see if it works. And if it does, sick. And if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. I figured we would do it with a bean that I know for a fact grows really fast, really well, which is the mung bean. So that's what we are. And the mung beans are right here. So, but yeah, mung beans are really good in curry too, guys. If you haven't had them, they're really, really good. That and lentils are really good in curry. Lentils also, guys, if you guys are going camping or whatever, beans are great. Lentils are better because they don't require as much energy, right? If you need something that's protein heavy, they're technically more nutritious by weight too. You know, they're just starchier. They're not as creamy, right? So that's a whole thing on its own. Nah, I mean, all right. You know how many people have watched my my streams on YouTube since I started this? One, and that one started yesterday. I mean, they'll see my VODs afterwards and everything, but yeah, I have. People don't watch my streams on YouTube at all, which is I would say kind of weird, but it's not. It's just YouTube's a totally different beast. But I stream on there specifically, so my VODs will automatically show up on there. I don't have to do any extra saving or uploading or anything. It's all there. Go sub to it. Go do it. I believe in you. Let's see. Yeah, guys, I think we are going to kill this stream for the night. What's it called? Should be the same channel name. I think it's DOS Super Stuff. Let me check. Let's go check on the computer. I think it's DOS Super Stuff. Yep, DOS Super Stuff. Let's go view my channel. We're gonna cut the music. Look, I'm live. We're gonna go. All right, how many people are watching me right now? One watching me, and that's me. Look at me scurry. All right, no more of that. But yeah, guys, we're gonna go ahead and kill the stream and all that jazz. Thank you guys for the conversation, you know, for all that, and even just stopping by, even though I didn't have any cooking fucking content, because I'm a scrub, and this fucking snow sucks. Like, took out the dogs and everything. One of my dogs, she's a mini poodle. It's literally up to her whole body. It's funny watching her just hop through the snow. All right, Lincoln Bio, you do that. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm for sure going to the store tomorrow. All right, we're gonna cook tomorrow. I don't know what I'm cooking, but we're gonna do it. All right. Kisses.